Still walking. I think the night started before I noticed it. Footsteps are softer on this part of the pavement. Maybe it's the way the concrete wears down near the shops. Breath is visible, but only just. Cold enough to feel it, not cold enough to complain about it. There's a light flickering somewhere, but I can't tell which building it belongs to. I keep my hands in my pockets, not because I am cold, just because I don't know what else to do with them. Traffic is quiet tonight, but not absent. Somewhere a car is moving slower than it needs to. Maybe turning. Maybe just thinking about turning. My shoes are making that flat city sound, not echoing. Just landing. Left foot, right foot. There's a bus stop coming up, but nobody is standing there. The advertisement board is glowing white and changing nothing. I don't read it. I never read them properly. The air smells faintly of something fried that stopped being food a long time ago. I think about checking my phone, but I don't. It feels unnecessary, like interrupting something that isn't talking yet. The street bends slightly here, even though it looks straight when you stand still. I notice that every time, like the city is politely reminding you that perspective isn't stable if you are moving. Breath again. Slow. I think I am already halfway somewhere, even though I don't remember starting. Still walking. The alley is coming up on the left, even though I don't usually think of it as an alley. It's just narrower. The light changes when I step into it. Not darker, closer. The sound of my footsteps tightens, like the space is listening but not in a bad way. Just concentrating. There's a bin somewhere near the brick wall that smells slightly metallic under the night air. I think I hear someone behind me. Not footsteps. More like the idea of footsteps that stopped when I tried to hear them properly. I don't turn around. If someone is there, they are probably walking somewhere else anyway. People do that. Walk without meaning to be heard. The reflection in the dark window on the right looks like it moved slightly after I did. Probably just my coat, or the street light trying to stay aligned with the pavement. I slowed down by maybe half a step without deciding to. Then corrected. Left foot, right foot. The alley ends sooner than it looks when you're standing outside it. I always forget that. Space feels longer when you are inside it. The road ahead opens again. Air moves more freely. I think my shoulders drop, but I am not sure. Doesn't matter. Still walking. There's a bike locked to the railing outside the takeaway. I don't know why I'm looking at it. I've walked past it before, one like it. Tonight it looks different. The frame is silver but not clean silver, dull. Except along the top bar where frost has started to settle. Not heavy frost. Just a thin line of it, tiny crystals. Sharp if you look properly. The streetlight catches them when I move my head. They flicker. Not constantly, only at certain angles. I stop for a second without deciding to. It looks deliberate, like someone placed it there for effect. The frost is arranged in patterns that look almost architectural. Little ridges, tiny spires, too precise for something that just happened by accident. I lean in slightly, close enough to see how fragile it is. One touch would erase it. I don't touch it. My fingers feel cold anyway. A car passes behind me and the light shifts. The sparkle disappears. It's just metal again. Just a bike outside a takeaway. I straighten up. I was probably looking at it longer than necessary. Still walking. The road opens up a bit after that. Wider pavement. Longer sightline. Street lights spaced evenly like they've agreed on something. My steps feel less deliberate now. Like they happen without consultation. I try counting them. One. Two, three. I lose it at 8. Start again. No reason. There's a faint music pulse somewhere far off. Could be a car. Could be a flat with a window cracked open. It arrives in pieces. A bass note. Then nothing. Then something that might be a chorus, but it's too thin to be sure. It doesn't belong to me. It's just there. A bottle rolls slightly in the gutter when the wind nudges it. I watch it for a second longer than required. The label is peeling, but I can't read it from here. There's condensation on a parked car window that looks like it's breathing in, out. Probably just the air cooling against the glass. I realize I've been staring at nothing in particular. Just letting my eyes settle wherever they land. The pavement ahead bends very slightly.
There's another sound in the distance that doesn't match mine. Not loud, just sharper. A heel on pavement maybe. Clack. Pause. Clack, clack. Slightly uneven. I don't look straight at it. I notice it the way you notice rain starting. Peripheral first. Opposite pavement, same direction. Long dark hair catching the sodium light when she moves under it. Not glowing. Just briefly brighter than the rest of the street. The rhythm settles into something I can follow. Not deliberately. It just fits between my own steps. Clap, step, clap, 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 step, clap, clap. Wind moves her coat slightly at the edges. Distance stays the same, neither gaining nor falling behind. I wonder if she feels the cold the same way I do. That thought arrives without asking permission. I imagine walking level with her. Clap, step, clap, 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 step, clap, clap.
There's a junction ahead I didn't register until we're almost level with it. The heels change texture slightly on the painted crossing lines. Quieter for a step, then sharper again. She doesn't hesitate, just angles left. Clean. No signal to anyone in particular. The rhythm pivots with her. Clack, clack, further away now. Diagonal. For a second my shoulders think about turning, not my feet. Just the top half, like something in me wants to check.
The road feels the same as it did before. Maybe a little emptier. Maybe not. There's a crossing light ahead blinking amber to nobody. It keeps blinking anyway. I don't press the button. There's no one to stop. Breathe out. Clouds briefly in front of my face, then gone. My steps settle back into their own sound. Flat, consistent. A window somewhere above street level is open just enough for television noise to leak out. Laughter from a studio audience, too distant to be specific. It doesn't belong to this pavement. It's just hovering. bus moves through the next junction without picking anyone up. Interior lights bright, rows of empty seats passing like an aquarium. I think about something I meant to remember earlier. Can't find it now. Doesn't matter. The pavement narrows slightly again, but I don't take note of why. Left foot, right foot. There's a faint smell of.
shreds the glass like static, blurring the estate opposite into soft, broken constellations of window light. I keep my room dark so that outside can't see me thinking. One lamp burns across the courtyard, 3rd floor, same as every night, like a lighthouse for people who never leave shore. The radiator ticks like a cheap clock, counting seconds nobody asked for. Walls this thin remember every argument, every slammed door, every apology said too late. But tonight they only remember me. The bed dips on one side like it's still expecting someone who changed their mind. I watch silhouettes cross lit windows and vanish again. Small life switching scenes without sound. From here, everyone looks close enough to know, too far to reach. The rain keeps talking but never says anything new. My reflection floats over the glass, ghosted into their world but belonging to neither side. Some nights feel like you've been gently misplaced, and this is one of them. Quiet, breathing, and wide awake. Past midnight now, his state has gone quieter like the night turned down a dial. Rain falls steadier, more deliberate, like it's choosing where to land. Most windows are dark, only a few squares still glowing. Night owls and warriors and people with too much on their mind. Mine stays unlit. I prefer to watch without being seen. A lone figure appears below, cutting through the orange wash of the street lamp. Slow steps, head down, coat pulled close. Just someone walking home, but at this hour every movement feels amplified, meaningful. I follow the rhythm of her footsteps from block to block like a distant metronome, keeping time with my pulse. It's strange how quickly a stranger can start to feel important when you haven't spoken all day. My mind starts building a story around her. Voice, laugh, reasons, favorite songs, details borrowed from nowhere. Lonely thoughts dress themselves up as connection if you let them. I tell myself it's just the hour, just the rain, just the empty room, but the feeling keeps leaning forward anyway. The window holds both of us at a distance, her in the streetlight, me in the dark, and neither of us knows the other exists. She turns to walk the far stairwell and disappears from view, and the night keeps the rest.
later still, the airwave in the traffic gives up and the pipes in the walls start talking. The rain is thin to a mist, like the night is running out of breath. I tried drowning the feeling in noise and smoke and anything that promised quiet, but the quiet never signed the deal. Distractions wear off faster than they advertise. The room feels smaller now, corners edging inward like they want a better listen. Air thick, thoughts louder, heartbeat too noticeable. Across the estate, the last lit window finally clicks to black. Feels like a signal I wasn't meant to see. When the outside world goes silent, the inside one steps forward. Every doubt finds a microphone. The voices don't shout, they negotiate, soft, reasonable, patient. They make bad ideas sound like comfort, and comfort sound earned. I sit on the edge of the bed and let them talk, not agreeing, not arguing, just listening longer than I should. The dark doesn't answer back, it just makes space. Somewhere a door closes in another block. Mine stays open, and the night keeps speaking. Not warm. Something wrong. Sound. Too big. Room moves. I am upright, but I did not choose it. Shapes. No doorway. Door is on the wall. Flat against it. Wood split. Hinges gone. Gone. 8. Too many. Hallway full of boots. Air pushing in. Not shouting. Presence. Hands. Bathroom tile. Cold on cheek. Light burning. He is there. When did he? They're going to kill us! The sentence sits heavier than the room. I do not finish thinking about it. Bedroom, face down, pressure, breathe wrong, wood cracking softly under weight. Window! High! Too high! I do not think the word fall, just distance. Not exit. No exit. Body checks anyway. Back. Bathroom, did I move or did they? Kitchen, girl is still sat there, I am not sure when she arrived. Red hen, mine, sticky, do not look long. Thought goes somewhere else and does not return. Door, no. Doors on the wall. Window. High. Too high. Corridor is full, but I cannot count them again. They are too many, or I am too tired to count. They are going to do all! I think I answer, but I do not remember the words. Maybe I did not speak. Maybe I did. Bedroom again, or still. Hard to tell. Fridge hum is louder than breathing. Why is the fridge louder than everything else? Listen. Boots. Yes! No! Everything pauses but does not end. Like someone stepped back from a decision and is still holding it in their hand. Window! High! Not that way! Door on wall. No exit. Body is ready but not moving. Waiting is not a choice. Waiting is the state I am in. I think about going somewhere safe, but I cannot remember where safe is supposed to be. There should be more. I do not know what more would look like. Bathroom tile is still cold somewhere under my cheek, even though I think I am in the kitchen now. Girl stands, steps past the broken door shape, no sound when she leaves. I want to ask something, but I do not remember the question. Fridge hum, breathing, tiles, red, still. I think it is finished. But I do not feel finished! Memory stops. Not because it understands, because it cannot go further. I am still here.
Can Dr. Strange please come to the psychiatric unit? The patient restrained and sedated. He appears to be coming around. strange, please come to the psychiatric unit. The patient is restrained and sedated. He appears to be coming around.
6 months on, different corner, different sky. The rain still finds me, just takes a longer route. The shop doorway smells of cardboard and old receipts, but it keeps the wind honest. Morning comes earlier out here, even when you don't sleep. I watch the shutters rattle up like eyelids learning to open again. I carry Ishtar with me now, not as answers, more like a direction, an old name for love that survives ruin. Something about believing in return instead of ending. The city talks differently at street level. You learn what's real by what people drop when they think no one's watching. A couple of lads with sharp smiles and worse reputations pass through sometimes. Everyone calls them demons, but they're just men who know where the cracks are. They trade stories, routes, warnings, the kind of knowledge you don't write down. Nothing holy, nothing cursed, just useful. The nights still get heavy, but they don't sit on my chest like they used to. Hope's thinner than despair, but it bends instead of breaking. I lie back, watch the security light flicker and think about how empires fell and still left gods behind. If something ancient can survive being forgotten, maybe so can I. The doorway holds. The city keeps moving. And for once, I don't feel completely misplaced. So that's how I ended up here. You got any spare change you can give me? So that's how I ended up here. You got any spare change you can give me? So, you got any spare change you can give me? lights don't switch on, they wake up. Every night, same glow, different city. Under the road, the sound stacks up. Footsteps become thunder. Voices become ghosts. You just need the right frequency. You just need the right frequency.
Next service. Delayed. Destination. Uncertain. Please remain where you are.
Morning always pretends nothing happened. The night dream